Thus, this is the third rate cut in 2024 that the Fed has announced. In September, it happened for the first time. November was the second occasion. The third rate cut has arrived, and now we must address this matter. This must be addressed. Although many people appear to be in a state of panic over the current state of the macroeconomy, I also intend to cover a lot of ground in this video, including, of course, the XRP Bitcoin cryptocurrency and even the macro. According to what they are saying, things are not looking good, Nick. It appears that all tasks have been completed. It seems like the markets had a little upswing and are now leveling off. And we would greatly appreciate that. A climate of fear should permeate the streets. Our goal is for the market to recover after the carnage. The feeble hands are being frightened to death. This is not even close to being the best. And I wanted you to know that. Obviously, this isn't the market's final move. Unlike old seasons and earlier cycles, we have not yet witnessed old coins really heat up significantly. I intend to talk about a lot of that in this video. Okay then, I'd like to welcome everyone to the channel. Hi, I'm Nick. If you're new to the channel, I hope you'll subscribe by the time this video is over. By the way, why are you all still not in the free Discord server? You can find it in the description below, on the first link down. Roll now. You should do it. Right now, pay attention to these dates. Rates were first reduced on September 19th. In fact, it was only 0.5 BPS of the two, by 0.25 BPS in November. The Federal Reserve added 0.25 basis points BPS on December 18th, as expected. Consequently, the dates in question are December 18th, November 7th, and September 19th. Those dates will be front and center as we move forward because they are crucial, and I will explain why. However, before we get into that, let's take a look at the general response. $1.50 trillion was eliminated from today's US stock market. I want to quickly backtrack a little because yesterday I posted a video with the title Urgent Update and many people assumed it was clickbait. Many people said things like, Nick, this is clickbait or Nick. You were wrong in response to that video. I predicted this would cause the markets to pump again and the market just dumped out. Surely that's where the crucial term will take you. Right away, but it will cause the markets to pump. I feel the need to reiterate this since we will be discussing it further. Are rate cuts good news for cryptocurrency investors? Yes, from a technical standpoint, that is correct. Historically, market volatility has been accompanied by rate cuts, and I have evidence to back this claim up. Having said that, before we get into the FOMC meeting, I want to talk about how hot these markets were. I labeled it as an urgent update because that is exactly what it was. I wanted to let you know about the volatility, you know. Keep some staple coins on hand for the sidelines, I warned you. Like every FOMC meeting before it, I anticipated volatility, so I warned you to set deep buy orders. Returning to an earlier period. In January of 2023, during the depths of the bear market in 2022, the FOMC convened. And if you were around when it happened, you know that volatility was through the roof. In just a few short hours, billions of dollars were settled. Furthermore, the year is 2023. As of right now, during these gatherings, to unprecedented levels. Even more so when we look at cryptocurrency on hourly, daily, and weekly time frames, we primarily observe red. In spite of the massive loss of stock value and the precipitous decline in cryptocurrency, I bring up the monthly and annual figures to make it clear that the market is still very hot. Every month, HMart's XRP price increases by more than 100%. Algorand, XLM, and both are up nearly 60%. All things considered, there are still substantial improvements. Looking at the yearly numbers makes it even more impressive, with gains of 200% or more for many of the projects we manage. Stellar, HBAR, and XRP. Thus, while we're on the subject, cryptocurrency is still very much in vogue. The market remains extremely heated. The greed and fear index is becoming visible now. With the market resetting, we're nearly back to square one. Bitcoin is trading at around $100,000. The Ethereum is at about $3,600. And XRP is taking a major hit, sitting at around $2.30. Compare the 30-day gainers with the 60-day gainers and the 90-day gainers. Check out those gains. The H-bar is up 400% on the 60-day. Price increases of XRP and XLM exceed 340%. I mean, crypto has huge gains in every category. In other words, the markets were soaring before the FOMC meeting. To completely reset the market and sentiment, The FOMC meeting added a little more. At the moment, this is the sum if we are considering this in the context of the market. The total value of all cryptocurrency markets is this. I possess the history. Rate reduction choices are the second. The first rate cut was taken from the lowest points, all right? We had that significant setback in August and we had it again at the start of September. At the tail end of September, we will hear the decision to lower interest rates. Regardless, the fall is usually a bullish season for crypto. Thus, the market was beginning to rebound from the lows of the September 6th candle at this time. The board made that very clear. SC. On the ball, this was about a 200. The total market cap of all cryptocurrencies increased by about $266 billion, or about 15%. On the day we received the rate reduction, it had risen by nearly 19%, reaching $342 billion by the end of the day. It kept pumping out over $26.4 billion for nearly 5% of the total. The second rate reduction follows. We are now moving away from the lows of November. This was the point when the majority of the market had died. Decadent coinage was a total mess. It was widely believed by those who examined ancient coins that such objects would not exhibit any movement. The market began to heat up at this precise moment. This, however, is derived from the second rate cut. On the other hand, we were up 16.29% that day, so we were definitely pumping by this point. We kept pushing even higher, going over 70% or $1.5 trillion, and we went up nearly $356 billion. I mention this now because these two rate cuts were the last catalysts for these kinds of moves. They only sped them up slightly. And now we're seeing a reversal. Will this rate cut cause the economy to grow even more? I think it will, but we need to take a break to cool down first. A lot of people were against these changes. As of this writing, we have lost around 9.23% from the high and about 10.73% from the low of this candle. Are you genuinely worried about these kinds of moves? Personally, I think it's a bad idea. Alright, let's start at the beginning of the year March if we want to revisit this entire year. We witnessed a 19% decline in March, which was followed by a 25% reversal. Finally, though, we were down 37, or nearly 38%, by the end of August. Alright, that was the fix. It was quite some time before this could be printed. But we were up a whopping 120% from here into November and our December move. In order to reprint those significant moves on the board, we need to make corrections. So, this action is probably not taken. It's probably not done yet. As for us, we'll just have to wait and observe. The completion of it is my hope. We should be holding about 3.35 trillion on a daily basis if this move is to be seen as the bottom before a much larger expansion. The lows from December 10th and 11th